Well, we're going to just give you a little rooftop view, and then we're going to go inside and talk about some things that I done to improve my life here, things I built, kind of how I done it. I'm going to give you a little quick rundown on the 2024 season, and it all went pretty well. Thank you all, and maybe some things that are coming up in 2025, but I'm going to just try and answer some questions for people and let some of the new people that are watching understand how I live off-grid here, 100% off-grid, and how I do it. And we get very cold up here, so come along and we'll take you on a little tour where it's a little bit warmer inside. But I just cleaned the chimney, woodshed, shop, things that are all necessary in my life. Things I've built, little gardening, and here. Well, it's warmer in here. I can put my feet up. I'm going to answer a few questions. If you're new here to my channel, I'm Don. You're going to follow a little off-grid living here, the way I do it, the way I built things. I'm 100% off-grid. I have been for 11 years. If you go back through some of the videos, you'll see different projects I worked on to achieve what I have here. I had a lot of this stuff done before I ever decided to start a channel and sharing with you guys. So I have done quite a bit over the last 3 years. I appreciate each and every one of you that have followed along through 2024 with me, seen the changes, seen the good side, seen the bad side. Things happen. I don't sugarcoat anything. Run my life. I try to do what I can each day. This life kind of got started for me after some pretty serious back injuries, and I've had to try and come back, and I have to try and keep moving, keep the muscles as strong as I can, not do stupid things like you've seen a couple of videos ago. If you missed that one, go back and see. I can go some days, I think I can do what I did back when I was 45 years old, and that's just not possible. So just changing a few things in my life and having to take lots of breaks. I mean, I just have to, plan things, organize things. That's what I've done here with my cabin. You go back through some of the videos, I show a bit of my power system. What I'm running now, if you go back further through the videos, you'll see my power system, what I was running 2-3 years ago. And the wood stove, of course, and the wood box I built. I know I get a lot of comments, questions about it. I built it so it can be loaded from the outside. I don't have to pack wood through the house, so I just put another door on the outside. If you've seen me unload wood in there, if you look through the wood box, you see a white door in behind there, and I load it from that side. This door is closed. You don't see a lot of cold air coming in the house. I can have the door open for 10 or 15 minutes and it don't matter. So I've had a few questions actually, loading my wood stove and how often I load it, how much wood I burn. So I can put a fairly good arm load in the stove, and it don't matter what the weather is, whether it's warmer weather, colder weather. I adjust my temperature in the house when it's above -20. I have at least 2 or 3 windows open an inch or two, because the stove puts out really good when you got good tamarack in there. It gets down -30. I leave the bathroom window open a couple inches yet for some fresh air, and window at the back door, because that's where my power station and all that stuff is back there. So it likes to be a little on the cooler side. But if you're just joining me, jump on back, because I'm not going to be able to answer all the questions, how I got here and all that good stuff. But there's tips along the way, and my video, most of my videos are hands-on doing things. Some things that I never done before, and I'm learning along the way. So you see the mistakes I make, and you see how I done it, and it turns out okay. So that's kind of my shot for that is just try to do things to make my life easier, improve things, and I'm pretty creative. Now you have to understand, I grew up off-grid until I was in my late teens, and I lived in the north. I've had a wood stove in my life for probably close to 55 years of it. So I'm not a stranger to cutting firewood or watching for dangers in the bush. I move a little slower these days, so I always have to make sure that I've got, getaway places, watch for falling tops. I don't move as quick as I used to. So But I load my wood stove, just for the question on the wood stove, I load this wood stove up, and if I fill it right full, now I can put up to a 9-inch block. When you put it in, it'll fit in the door. The door is about 9.5 inches by, I think it's 13.5 long. So, and I don't put my wood in sideways, and I don't put my wood in crisscross like a lot of people do. It makes a nice fire. I don't have a glass door. I want efficiency. I cut my wood just a little bit shorter, and I can put it straight in. And this stove is an Energy King. It's an old Energy King. The door used to fold down on the front like a kitchen oven. I looked at it, I thought it'd be a great stove, but it needed some changes right off the start, so I changed the door. I cut the hinges off the bottom, and I modified it a little bit so the door is straight up and down and it swings sideways, and it works awesome. Just a, I'm not a welder, I'm not a plumber, I'm not a carpenter, I'm a jack of many trades and a master of none, but I'm not afraid of trying. And if you're not afraid of trying, if you don't succeed doing it this time, by the time you're done, you might find a better reason to change something a little bit and make it actually work for you. So you got to really think outside the box. I know there's a lot of people that tackle the off-grid life, not realizing or asking questions, and there's a lot of things that you can do to make your life easier, but there's a lot of things you can do that just, it's repetitive, because when you do things that you have to continuously take apart and redo, that could be time well spent towards building things that are comfortable for you. And so try to start at the foundation, build your way up. And I'll probably make another video in a few weeks or so, maybe explaining a little more, and maybe jumping around and showing a little more of what I've done. But if you go back through any of the videos, your answers are all there. I mean, if you want to ask a question, please do ask a question. But if you go back through the videos, different videos I share, building toboggans, or how I put foundation, how I put tin around last fall, why I talk about my mitts. If you look in a lot of videos this fall and whatnot, you'll see me wearing a glove on one hand and a big mitt on the other hand, and you'll know why. Things happen. I try not to whine too much. I don't want to make videos of me just whining, so I try not to whine too much. We just try to share what I'm doing and things that work for me. And I tried to explain a little bit along the way, building, or whether I'm milling. If you go back, I've got a year ago, 2 years ago, I've got lots of videos milling my own siding for the cabin here and stuff like that. So I've got lots of finishing to do in 2025. So if you guys stay with me, we'll get through 2024 with a good year, and hopefully 2025 will be a good year. I'll be right back. So yeah, I just getting ready to get some supper on the go, and so you're going to be seeing shortly a beautiful day out in the wood patch with my grandchildren. I grew up going out with my dad when I was very young, and I took my children out so they can learn things about the bush, in the bush, safety in the bush, and things like that. And I can preach safety. I'm not perfect. You've seen what happened. Things sometimes just pop up on the day, and if you're not ready for it, things can happen. Injuries can happen. Being prepared. My videos are a lot about being prepared, things like that, not just about watching me and how I live my life. Like I said, there's a lot of educational, and so if you skip through the videos and only watch a portion of it like most do, you're probably going to miss the important tips along the way. I, in the wintertime, have a lot of videos of cutting firewood, working on things, cleaning up the yard, things you have to do. You got to clean the solar panels, you got to clean the chimney. And by the time you get done all those chores, well, then you got laundry to do, you got some meal prepping to do. I live here by myself, so all the videoing is done by me. And, it's just, I try to get through and do the chores that I have to do every day and still be able to share with you guys. So some days I don't get a lot done, some days I get more done. I don't turn the camera on because I just can't have a camera attached to me with everything I do. So, but more of the important things, and I'm going to just blow through a list here of a few quick little things just so you understand, if you're new here, what I do. I'm on 10 acres of land. I started off by digging a well after I cleared the yard. I was lucky enough we have shallow water here, so it's not too deep. And I dug the well, and whether it was a wrong decision or a right decision, that would be up to you if it's something you want to do. But I built the foundation over top of the well. So the well comes up underneath my house, just like a water line would in the city coming to your house if you live in the city. So there is no chance of it freezing up because I built this cabin with a crawl space underneath, a little bit of a foundation, and crawl space underneath that's all well insulated. So I don't worry about freeze up. So my cabin's 20 by 40. Yes, I have plumbing. I have a septic system with a pump out here, and like say I'm powering with a power station. Right now I have some batteries for backup as well, and you'll see in future videos I have some batteries. I'm turning a little more to the lithium. It's just you have to be there. They have to be warm because they don't work when they're cold. Wood stove, propane cook stove, and yeah, I have hot water, and that's all out propane and stuff like that. So I found that the hot water tank was just more efficient to me and less trouble, less worrisome than a hot water on demand. I know a lot of people put them in, and the newer ones do work better than the older ones, but they are fairly pressure sensitive, so you got to make sure your pump's working right. I have no outhouse. I have a full bathroom here that works, use it, shower, all that kind of good stuff. So, just going through a lot of that stuff, I burn approximately 5 cord of wood in the cabin in one winter, and I burn close to 10 cord in the shop. So with the big stove, the stove in the shop, I built it. It's 24 inches wide, 24 inches high, and 28 inches long inside measurements. So I can put pretty big wood in there, and lasts pretty good, but it's still I can burn poor quality wood. It still burns really good in there. I just keep the shop warm. Of course, got no power, so I have solar in that, but I mean, I'm not going to use that to have a car plugged in. I have my car in the shop where it's warm. Cats in the shop to do my micing and stuff like that. I keep a pail of water in the shop where I can take, when I go in and the dog comes in, she likes to have a drink of water. She eats snow most of the time in winter, but yeah, so just a few things. I do have some videos on sharpening my chainsaw, how I do it. It's not necessarily how you should do it. My videos are not how to. My videos are how I've done it, and it works for me. So it would probably work for you. Everybody goes through different steps doing things, and sometimes you might look at what I did and think, well, that's easy, and you go to do it and it doesn't work, and you'll say, well, that old shithead, he doesn't know what he's talking about. It didn't work for me. Unless you were there to actually watch step by step how I do things. We have to have our mind has to kind of put the whole picture together when you're doing something. And things that I do, there's people that watch the video and then they can see maybe a mistake along the way, and it's easy for them to comment, and of course the mistake's already done before you guys get to see it. So it's nice that there's a lot of things that I share that people learn from, and there's a lot of things that I watch on other videos that I learn from, or just somebody pointing out something that may help you out in the future. Sometimes two heads are better than one, so it's nice having a big family just to little tips here and there along the way. So I hope you guys enjoy the videos. I really appreciate, like I said, everyone that's watched through 2024. Comments are the thumbs up, and if you're watching on TV, please jump over on your phone, and if you enjoy the videos, I know there's a lot of views and a lot that do not comment, and that's okay. But it's always nice to just throw a little comment in there, let someone know who you are and that you're watching, or a little thumbs up in a question or a comment, and just jumping on your phone and just Google the channel name, it'll pop up, and you can go right to the channel. You can subscribe, and then you can set it up. You can watch that way, or just jump on your phone and give it a thumbs up. If you like watching on big screen, I watch quite a few videos, people that I enjoy watching, and my computer says a new video's popped up. I can turn my TV on, and I like to watch. I don't have a big screen, but a 32-inch TV. Really nice watching on. So I know a lot of people watch YouTube on TV, and but for liking and commenting, you have to either go to your phone or a computer. So I appreciate it, and all of those that have helped out, and I have Buy Me a Coffee link in there that actually has a feature in there now for a monthly donation if you like that, and you can start it and you can stop it at any time you want. If you decide that, you know, you just can't afford to, then, you know, the next month you can just go on and delete it, or, you know, take it off. So things like that. Now, I do reviews, and some people don't understand why some of us do reviews. A lot of us do reviews, and companies reach out to us because they feel that our channel is growing fairly quickly and people watch, and that's advertising. And so they send us a product that we can review. And I'll tell you, I'll give you my honest review. If I use a product and it doesn't work for me, you know, I've got 2 or 3 products here that have been sent to me. You see, if you watch videos, my gloves I was wearing that are heated gloves, they're only tested for so many bends like this, you know, and I put them through the test. I mean, I'm hauling firewood, I'm chucking firewood, I'm, you know, squeezing the trigger on a chainsaw, I'm using them in the bush, sharp branches, all kinds of stuff like that, and they're great. I mean, so far they've held up. They've surpassed what I thought they would do. So I'm going to keep using them until they don't work. And it doesn't mean they're a bad product if they quit working in the spring, because I've used the heck out of them. And all conditions, warm, cold, wet. Um, but, you know, things like that, and reviews on power stations I've done here, and batteries I've done here. I only do reviews on things that I will use myself. I hunt and fish, and I live off grid. So if it doesn't have anything to do with those things, you won't see me doing reviews on stuff and advertising for a product that I won't use myself. So I want to be able to give a true review on it, and the only way you can do that is if you use it yourself. So try to hang through the reviews, and it might be a product that I'm reviewing that you never heard of, and it might be, you know, you'd be one of those people, just like I've had many, that have said, wow, didn't know them things existed, and they jump on there because they can go to my link, and they can order it if they want. So, or you can just go check it out, check out. So, I know it's a little dark in this corner, but that's the stove. It used to have a big crown on the front of it, and it's a double wall stove, and there's heat comes out these holes here on both sides. You can put a little fan on the back to push more heat out if you want. It's not a huge stove, but and the wood. So you can see here, I have one here that, you know, I spread my hand out and it barely reaches. That's you know, 7.5, 8-inch block. So I put that one in. I'll put this one beside it. I'll put this one beside it. It just fills the bottom right up, and then I'll take and usually put 2. So them right there, them 5 will fill the stove. And you know, over here I got another, you can't see it very good, but there's a nice big round 7-8-inch small one, another one here. That's why my wood is quite a variety of different sizes, and I just grab whichever size works and fills a hole in. Put a big one in, put another one in beside it, and a couple of smaller ones. Sometimes you got room for a couple of little small ones, so that's why I always bring them in that way. And that fills my wood stove up, and when it's full, that lasts for 12 hours. I get up in the morning, I can fill it right up. I can leave it right until 10 o'clock at night. Fill it right up 10 o'clock at night. I don't have to fill it up until 10 o'clock in the morning. If I open it up because it's minus 40 outside and I open the draft a tiny little bit more, I don't open it very much. Otherwise it gets too warm in here. Then I might have to put wood in, you know, just so it don't cool off too much. I'll throw 3 or 4 like that in there, and then supper time I'll throw a couple more, and 10 o'clock at night then I'll fill it right up. So that answers your question. I don't burn a lot of firewood in here. When this box is full, I can fill this up with 2 rows and a little bit in between like that, and I can pile it right up here 7 feet high, 7.5 feet high, and that will last me for 12 days without going outside for firewood. So yeah, so you see the door out there goes to the outside. When this one's closed and I'm filling, it doesn't freeze the inside of the house. So that answers the question. Prices, different things like that. So thank you all for watching through the reviews and stuff with me, and it all helps. And doing reviews on products and being able to keep the product is a big bonus, and that's what helps our channel grow. So we appreciate it. And I mean, if you buy things through the link on my channel, I have an affiliate link on some of them, so I get a little discount. You still get the same deal, and I get a little commission. A lot of products are not set up that way, but they give you a discount with discount codes that I have. So anyways, enough about the products. You're going to see some more, because I have a few products coming up here. It's going to be some product reviews, and there's some pretty awesome products. And we're going to be back in the wood patch, and you're just following my life. In the summertime, we're going to be out doing some fishing, hopefully, and that kind of thing, little road trips. And I've got building to do. I've got a lot of milling to do this spring, so there's going to probably be a lot of milling videos through the early part of the summer, and just trying to catch up with the lumber that I need to finish up the work, you know, maybe towards fall or some of the work for the following year. And so it all helps out. I appreciate all the support, and thank you all for coming along. And we're gonna get out there and we're gonna try and have an awesome 2025. Oh, the hat. Well, we get a lot of reflection if I don't have a hat on. I don't do a lot of these kind of videos. It's usually out doing something, and I try to explain a little bit along the way as I'm doing that. So we hope it all works out for you, and we'll catch you all in the next video. Thank you.